And welcome back to Bayou City Geeks, episode 25. We can now legally rent a car. I'm your co-host, Bobby Behar, and with me is...
Jason Elliott.
Alright, so we have a ton to get through, so let's go with movies. Damn you, allergies. Alright, so, kicking it off. Danny Boyle is out as the director for Bond 25. A lot of talk who might be, and the front-runner right now is Edgar Wright.
Hey, you know what? Baby Driver.
Baby Driver.
I think that's probably what put him in contention. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised, if he takes it. I mean, he should. To me, I think he should.
You know what?
He's paid his due. He's paid his dues on TV with Spaced. Paid his dues in movies with the Cornetto trilogy.
Not only that, but he showed he can do action with Scott Pilgrim.
Mm-hmm.
He showed he can do driving with Baby Driver.
Yeah, and he showed he can take on more mature material.
Exactly. So, hey, and you know what? We're fans of Edgar Wright, so...
Very nice guy.
Yeah, he's awesome. I met him once. That was really cool at the Scott Pilgrim premiere. Him and Brandon Routh.
I've met both of them. I met him at the San Diego Comic-Con along with Nick Frost. Met him and Simon Pegg when they had the Hot Fuzz premiere back in 2007 at the Alamo Draft House.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so and we obviously being geeks talked about Avengers a lot. I missed this. I missed this when I watched the extras. But Downey Jr. is in his with the gray hair but he's in Wakanda. So obviously Tony Stark.
Age of Ultron?
No. In Avengers 4.
Okay.
Because they're already filming Avengers 4. They're pretty much not done with that. On the extras for Infinity War, when they talked to Downey Jr. about the importance of Infinity War,
he's on the set.
He's on the set of Wakanda in his Avengers 4, older gray hair and all that.
Huh.
So apparently, maybe him and Shuri, because Shuri survived the snap.
Yeah, I mean
that was confirmed.
Well, yeah, and maybe he's trying to do something with her, to try to get that gauntlet off Thanos.
And trying to get into the quantum realm to get Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Yay. All right, so we have our first pick of Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly as Holmes and Watson. It's gonna be Step Brothers 2. I hope it's gonna be funny. Yeah. Regardless of what it is, it's gonna be funny because Holmes and Reilly are so good.
Ferrell and Reilly.
Yeah, I mean, Ferrell and Reilly are so good together.
Of course, Step Brothers. I mean, and then you got Ricky Bobby.
Talladega Nights. I hope that it's serious with humor in it.
Yeah, kind of like a dark sense of humor. So it's a Sherlock Holmes project. Where have I been? I didn't even hear about it.
They've been working on this for a few years now.
Wow. So now you got three. You got four Sherlock Holmes projects because you got the Benedict Cumberbatch, Martin.
BBC.
Yeah, and then you got the one on CBS. I don't know if that's still going.
Elementary, I think, is canceled.
Okay. Well, you had that one, and now you got Downey and Jude Law.
Yeah.
And theirs is what, in
Part
pre-production?
3. I don't think it's in pre-production yet. It's being written. Guy Ritchie is working on it. I think they've had to wait for the Avengers to
die down.
They've been filming Avengers for 2 years, pretty much.
Yeah, and then they're filming reshoots, I believe.
Yeah, so they had to wait for that to end. So I would because both Reilly and Ferrell can do drama.
Oh yeah. We've shown.
Reilly in Gangs of New York.
And Boogie Nights.
So I want.
And Ferrell did the movie with Emma Thompson.
That one, and there was another one he did, and I can't think of it right now, where he was just this really shy loner guy with Ed Harris. And that was really good.
I can't think of it either.
That was really good.
It was a small movie, and people gloss over that.
Yeah, but the Ferrell does a really good job with drama. So, I think I want a more serious, because Holmes is serious.
Yeah.
But they could do that one, I think it was in the 60s or 70s, where Holmes was an idiot and Watson was actually the smart one. And he just made Holmes look the intelligent one, so he didn't have to deal with all the crap.
Well, Holmes is usually that one that goes off the beaten path, and Watson kind of steers him back.
Exactly,
which is pretty evident in the BBC.
Yeah,
with Benedict Cumberbatch.
How do you not know the solar system?
Yeah.
So Star Wars news: we have Dominic Monaghan joining the cast along with Matt Smith. So we've got some good names joining on. So I think Matt Smith will be. I
can't wait to see what his role is.
I'm thinking Knights of Ren.
Possibly, because I mean they've been talking about Knights of Ren, and so far in these two movies we haven't seen shit.
Well, okay, so what happened was J.J. Abrams set up a trilogy, and Rian Johnson kind of went, well, I want to do my own thing, which I get it.
And his movie was good. So.
Yeah, Last Jedi was really good, but I think J.J. Abrams is going to come back on and kind of like steer it back to what he wanted.
And you got Kerry Russell joining too, who's an Abrams
that's right.
alum.
Kerry Russell is joining as well.
Abrams
right.
alum. I wouldn't be surprised to see Scott Speedman. I mean, he's not on. For all of you Animal Kingdom fans, of course, you know that his character Baz was killed
How
at the
was
beginning
Animal
of the
Kingdom?
season. Oh, it's great.
Is it?
Fucking great. Ellen Barkin.
I know, and Dennis Leary jumped on.
Yeah, Dennis Leary's character. He kind of left before the season, but I mean, it's great. It's based on like an Australian, I think it was a TV movie.
Really?
And it's great. It's on TNT.
Yeah, I've been meaning to jump on it, but
it's like in its third season.
Yeah.
So.
But Kerry Russell, obviously, Felicity, J.J. Abrams.
Scott Speedman, same thing.
Yeah.
And, he works with a lot of, people that he's worked with in the past, like Greg Grunberg plays a rebel pilot.
Yeah. Well, also,
so he's pretty much the new Wedge because he survived these two films.
Yeah, that's true. Mission Impossible 3. Kerry Russell was got killed off at the very beginning, but
she was an agent, yeah.
She was an agent. She had the bomb in her neck. All right, so we are still, 3 months from Venom coming out?
Yeah.
September, October, November?
Oh, man.
And I know.
Well, it comes out in October, I think.
I thought it was November.
No, it's October because they're trying to get in before the new Halloween movie does.
Okay, makes sense. But
yeah, but I mean, it looks like a scary, Marvel movie.
It should be a scary Marvel movie
Yeah,
because it's Venom.
Yeah,
it should be Halloween. Tom Hardy has signed a 3-deal contract, so it is going to be a trilogy, and at some point,
I think it is going to be shoehorned into the Marvel Universe because the thing is, for one thing, Venom is really stepping outside of Spider-Man's shadow, and as we've seen with the new series, the new comic book series, and then, first with Lethal Protector in, 92, 93?
Yeah.
He started trying to step out of his own shadow, and even in the video game Separation Anxiety, it was more about Venom than it was about Spider-Man.
Well, you had, in the video game, you had Maximum Carnage where you could be either Spider-Man or Venom.
Yeah, so, Venom was taking on a life of its own. The thing is, I think when you don't connect him to Spider-Man and allow him to grow and be his own character, and you show, what makes Eddie Brock or whomever who's bonded with the symbiote, when you show what makes them tick, like Matt Gargan. Matt Gargan became a very sympathetic character because, he had cancer?
Was it Matt?
Yeah, it was a Scorpion who bonded with him.
Yeah, but he made Venom a complete a psychopath.
Yeah, but the thing is, the reason why he bonded with him in the first place is because I think he was dying.
Oh, yeah.
And so, he kind of became like that sympathetic character. Then he made him a complete psycho because he was
they connected him to Flash Thompson, who made him a hero.
And Flash Thompson redeemed himself, too.
He did.
Went from, 2-bit bully to Peter Parker to, hero.
Yeah, and the great thing was that when in Spider-Man 800, Spider-Man takes on the symbiote to beat Green Goblin / Carnage.
Yeah.
And he starts losing control, and Flash is like, no, don't give in to the rage.
Yeah.
I made him a good guy. Keep it that way. You're a hero. And you're like, oh.
And of course, Flash has been a long time Spider-Man fan.
Yeah.
So
which is always funny, but Flash, they killed Flash off in 800, which he went out a hero. So yeah. All right. So we got the trilogy. Sony's really
man, they're betting big on this.
They're betting big on this one. So we'll see how that goes. And especially if the rumor is true that Woody Harrelson is Carnage at the end of it.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. Him playing Carnage, Natural Born Killers.
Exactly.
That quiet right now. He didn't chew scenery in that movie. He was more having fun with it, okay, you know what? I can get this guy to do something that he wouldn't normally do.
And I think that's how he needs to play Carnage.
Yeah. I mean, but when he gets the symbiote, well, actually, Cletus Cassidy was kind of an insane character.
Yeah.
And I mean, the thing is, he can do that, but he doesn't have to do it all the time. He can do it in spurts.
Exactly.
When he's about to, I guess when they're reeling him in, he makes a joke. He's kind of like, the Marvel Universe's version of the Joker, if you think about it.
It's true.
Cletus Cassidy does kind of look like the Joker.
It's true.
So,
That is true. But Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 has been put on hold.
And I figured this would happen. You know, they're having trouble finding a director to replace James Gunn.
Because none of the directors want to step on his shoes.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, just go on. Look, here's what you do. If you don't want him directing another movie for you, just go on and reinstate the guy. He knows the characters. And as we said last week or last episode, this is a guy who knows the characters. He is the one who made this into a multi-billion-dollar franchise. And I mean, okay, I get it. He said some shit that was wrong.
Yes.
But he's atoned for it. He's become a better person. And the thing is, you know, Disney, you get up off your high horse and your soapbox because you got racist stuff in your cartoons.
And it's not even like racist, but like freaking James
offensive,
Woods.
yeah.
James Woods, like in Hercules. Like James Wood was great in Hercules.
And then he say something about statutory rape or something like that?
Well, I mean, he's a 60-year-old dating a 19-year-old, so.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's completely gone off his rocker, and Disney hasn't pulled Hercules. They didn't, they haven't like revoiced him.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, to me, it's a sticky situation that Disney has put themselves in. So I'm eager to see what happens with Guardians. And I mean, the thing is, he was supposed to be, like the cosmic, I guess,
not even
consultant.
just a cosmic consultant. He was supposed to like kind of jumpstart Phase 4.
I would say keep him as a consultant. I mean, just keep him on as a consultant. I mean, that's what a lot of companies do when they fire like some of their employees. They usually say, "Okay, well, you can come back as a consultant." I would do that. Do you need another Guardians movie? Well, if they got pay or play deals, pay them. But it might be too expensive to even do that.
Well, I mean, you have Adam Warlock that he was supposed to introduce. You have a bunch, and also now that they have Fantastic Four and X-Men back, the Fantastic Four, their main thing is the cosmic universe, Galactus, the Negative Zone. I mean,
yeah, that prison that they put all the villains into.
Exactly. It's like just and Marvel. I know Marvel is kind of like playing politics here.
Well, Marvel was trying to get Disney to reinstate him.
Exactly. And Kevin Feige's like, well, I agree with Disney. That's because they're sending a paycheck. I get that. We get that. We get that.
Wholeheartedly, yeah. We ain't mad at you, Kev.
But it's like, no.
Oscar Isaac and Batman.
The Batman has cast Oscar Isaac.
Now, before we even talk about Oscar Isaac, Ben Affleck is probably out of the movie due to his rehab stint now.
And that's going to cost
too
insurance.
Much. Yeah, too much to insure him.
Now, here's the thing. When Downey Jr. was cast as Iron Man, it was the same thing, although he'd been clean a few years.
Plus, remember, he had done a lot of movies that have been good, up to that point. What do you call it? Shane Black went to bat for him, for Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Uh-huh.
And the thing is, Val Kilmer was in that movie. Now, the thing is, Val Kilmer doesn't have the same problems as Downey, but he is very hard to work with. So,
and Val Kilmer actually said because Downey Jr. was coming off a rehab stint, he wouldn't drink to keep Downey clean, which was a gentlemanly thing to do.
Yeah.
With Iron Man, Downey Jr. only got paid $500,000.
Yeah, Terrence Howard made more than he did.
He did.
And Terrence Howard actually supposedly fought for him to get on that movie.
Yeah, so, but right now...
And Favreau, too.
Exactly. Favreau said he wouldn't direct Iron Man without Downey Jr., which, I mean, it was a great call, and, but seeing that he just went into rehab, like, Jennifer Garner had to stage the intervention.
Yeah.
I don't know, because business side of it, you have to have double the amount, because if something happens, you have to reshoot the entire film.
Yeah.
So if the film,
you have to have an actor who you can depend on.
Exactly. So, and I've seen mock-ups of Oscar Isaac as Batman. It actually is pretty badass. Yeah, and he's an amazing actor. He really is.
Hey, you know what? I liked him as Apocalypse in that shitty X-Men movie, but...
as Poe?
Yeah, Poe Dameron.
I watched him in Sucker Punch today, and he was great in that.
Yeah, he's a damn good actor.
He's a damn good actor. But...
I really don't think that he's going to be Batman.
He's not. I think he's going to be the bad guy. I could see him as Hush or as...
Two-Face?
Two-Face. Yes, as Harvey Dent. I think that'd be awesome. We'll see. I mean, I want to see the Batman. I really want to see that movie.
Me too, because it's supposed to be,
like Detective Batman.
Yeah.
So, Olivia Cooke has signed on for the sequel to Ready Player One. I didn't know that they were going to do a sequel, but
either.
every movie has a sequel, so
You got to franchise
you got to franchise it. So we'll see. I still have to watch Ready Player One. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it yet. I feel bad.
Yeah, I feel bad too, but you know what? I mean, there's so much stuff out there. I mean, something's gonna fall through the cracks.
Exactly. And that's the one movie this summer that's fallen through the cracks. That and Mission Impossible. I still have to watch that.
Yeah, well, watch the I think it's Rogue Nation before you watch this one. 'Cause
Really?
a lot of that movie is.
I loved Rogue Nation.
Yeah, me too.
I've seen it a bunch of times. All right, so Big Trouble in Little China it's not a reboot, it's a continuation.
Oh, that's good.
Finally. Yeah, it's not a reboot.
And I think The Rock is supposed
The
to.
Rock is playing the lead. So they will, pretty much in the new one, they will acknowledge the fact that Big Trouble in Little China with Kurt Russell, which is a classic, did happen. So I think it'll be like whatever the mysticism of that will carry over. Because let's be real here, there's only one Jack Burton, and it's Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
It's like there's only one Marty McFly, and that is Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, and I hope that, and hopefully they don't do part 4. Or
No,
even try to reboot it.
No,
don't try to do that.
Greg Nicotero is on Spawn, which the fact that Nicotero is on Spawn
Means that the effects will be fucking bad.
it'll be amazing. I mean, you have Jamie Foxx now, you've got Jeremy Renner, and you've got Nicotero.
And you got McFarlane, you know. And the thing is, say what you want to about his writing, but he knows the character of Spawn.
He does. He really does. He tried a little too hard to be Frank Miller.
Yeah, and in his Spider-Man run, I think he really tried too hard. Also, I mean, his art was great, but I think I think he was kind of getting his bearings.
He was. All right, so Supergirl might have found a director in Reed Morano. I don't know much of her work, but a female director for a female lead. We saw. I mean, it worked for Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Patty Jenkins. She did Monster, and I think she hadn't done a film in a long time before that. I mean, I think she had done.
She had done like an indie film, but it wasn't anything. So
yeah, well.
Birds of Prey. There was a leaked audition, so it has been confirmed pretty much that Renee Montoya will be in Birds of Prey. Which, by the way, you kind of have to have Montoya in there.
Well, she's kind of like that link to Batman and Gotham City and all, and she's also took over the mantle of the Question.
She took over the mantle of the Question. I think this is just me kind of writing this. You'll have the Birds of Prey, which will be the Huntress, Black Canary, and Harley Quinn. And I kind of think that Renee Montoya will be the Commissioner Gordon for the movie.
Oh, of course.
She'll be the lead back to the GCPD, which, having Oracle in there, obviously you need to have that connection back to the GCPD.
Oh, of course.
And then, real quick, before we get on to TV, so Jason and I were talking about this because Ethan Hawke was trying to make the statement that superhero films can't be great because they're still superhero films, and I feel that that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, and the thing is, we're taking a fellow Texas boy to task, but
we are. We are. I mean, and here's why. Here's why I say that's bullshit. And I told you this too, is that you are saying, well, because it's a genre film, it can't be great. Unforgiven won Best Picture, if I'm not mistaken, and it was a Western. Break it down, it's Cowboys and Indians.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're in tights. Wolverine has never once put on any of his costumes.
And here's the thing, though. Heath Ledger won for Dark Knight for
the Joker.
Yeah.
And dude, you were in Gattaca. Okay, you did your sci-fi film. Sci-fi films can be great.
Yeah.
So don't sit there, and if you can probably hear my little dog barking, don't sit there and tell me that just because a guy can pop claws out of his hands that the film can't be great.
I mean, it was a nice little character study. It was a
Western.
Yeah, it was equal parts Western, equal parts drama. I mean, the thing is, it took from a lot of films, and if you play the latest God of War, the God of War takes from that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the thing is, look, you're entitled to your opinion. And I was also reading a piece on him about how his earnestness has kind of made him endearing, yet kind of kept people from him, kind of gotten him in trouble because he's willing to speak his mind.
Which, once again, I applaud that. But, like, Ethan Hawke and Jodie Foster have both said that you shouldn't consider superhero films great films.
And she was in Elysium.
Exactly. Which, but I mean, the whole thing is I think discrediting a comic book film solely on the fact that it's a comic book film is kind of shitty.
Yeah.
And I mean, and the fact that Marvel has said they want to push Black Panther for Best Picture, not Most Popular Film. Because for them, that's bullshit. Why should we not get Best Film when you've had The Dark Knight? Lord of the Rings won Best Picture. Finally, for Return of the King.
Yeah.
Those are great films. They were epics.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of what genre it is, a great movie is just a great movie. The thing is, when we go to the movies, sometimes with certain, pictures, we have to turn our brains off.
Yes.
But with these, with a lot of these superhero movies, yeah, you can say that, even some of the Marvel ones.
Mm-hmm.
But they're fun and they're quality and, for the most part. So, I mean, the thing is, look, stop, getting up on your high horse. I mean, and, what's his name? Said the same thing. Jason Statham said,
yeah.
like he didn't want to do a Marvel movie because it's so much CG, but yet you're in the Meg.
You're in the Meg. How many the dinosaur? No, the dragon film he was in.
Yeah. So I mean, the thing is, look, dude, stop. You come off as hypocritical.
And not only that, but any film. And I think, oh God, it wasn't Kurt Busiek. I can't think of who said it. They said, there were 700 films released last year. 7 were superhero films. Just because they make the money, don't crap on them. And also, any movie, when you break it down, is a simple, like Saving Private Ryan, fantastic film, should have won Best Picture, not Shakespeare in Love.
Yeah.
It's Army. It's a war film.
Yeah.
Like, you break anything down, it's good. You can simplify it down.
Yeah, and the thing is, but he does have a point about how the superhero movies kind of take away from the smaller films.
And I get that.
Yeah.
They do.
And the thing is, you look at the movie landscape in the 70s, 80s, a lot of those movies, small movies, the comedies, the action, the dramas, they probably never would have come out like in the 90s or, 2000s, just because, things have times
It's
changed.
True. And I get that. And everyone is entitled to their own opinions, but sometimes those opinions are dumb. And Jason even said, like, he has his own opinion, and
he's entitled to it.
And I quoted Nick Fury. So, all right, so that's movies. That's movies. That's done now.